Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back to another Stashbusting 101 video. So we're in the second week of March for the challenge, and this week we're focusing on using our book pages to make pockets. Now, of course, there are probably 1,000,001 ways that you can make pockets using your book pages. Absolutely. I'm going to show you 5 different ways today. Just things that I've, sat here and fiddled about with book pages, and I just want to show you the ideas. I'm sure most of them have been done before, but we're all about inspiration, so let's go for it. And today I'm going to be working primarily, or mostly all, with illustrated book pages, but the things I'm going to show you today, you could just as easily do them with text book pages. So, go either which way that you like. So we're going to go just one at a time, and the great thing about today is we're also going to do some scrap busting at the same time. So, right, I'm going to start with the first idea, which is the most simplest, which is simply to take your book page and, if you've got a nice image at the top like this gorgeous manor house, we're going to just simply fold up the part that we don't want to see to create our pocket. That's all it's going to be. So in my case, it's just this with the nice picture, and then I'm going to do some scrap busting at the front. And all I've done, this particular book page was very, very thin. I think it came out of the back of like a travel guidebook type book. So I've just backed it onto some book page, some thicker book page, just to give it a bit of strength, a bit of sturdiness. Okay, so that is the simplest idea ever, isn't it? So all you're going to do is take your book page and just glue up the two sides. And then it's a case of just decorating it how you like, which in my case I'm going to do some scrap busting. And I'm trying to work out whether I should show you all of the ideas and then decorate, or just go one at a time. I think I will show you all of the ideas, and then those of you who want to stick around for the decorating can watch till the end. So for example, this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using some, fancy text and things along the bottom, and then probably put some kind of label or like a fussy cut or something, and maybe some crochet. So, we'll do that at the end. So simplest idea, fold up, glue two sides, you have a pocket ready to go. Next one is to make pocket pages. So for this one, you ideally want to start with, a relatively large book page. So this is the one that I started with. Here we go. And all we want to do is fold up the bottom just like we've just done. So you've just got this pocket part, and then fold the whole book page in half. And then what you have, I'm just looking for something I can use as a journal page. In your signature, we're going to have a pocket, a bit of writing space, obviously the rest of your signature, a bit of writing space, and then another pocket. So again, another really simple idea, not doing anything complicated today. And of course you can do this with textbook pages as well, or instead, or a bit of both. Go for a balance, why not? So I'm just going to run some glue either side of that book page to turn up the pockets. I'm not putting glue in the middle here because we don't need to, because this is going to be stitched into a signature. That will close up the pocket on one side for us naturally, and what we then are able to do is have a much wider pocket without taking space away by using the glue as well as stitching it in, if that makes sense. And I imagine I'll probably do something similar when we come to decorate, where I do some nice sort of like texty type thing, and then the back is just going to be a little bit of writing space, because I don't really want to lose all of these nice rocks, you see. So I've actually got 2 of those. Where did I put the other one? Over there. So I'll just get this one done. So big book page, folded up the bottom, just glue the 2 sides of that. Hopefully I'm in frame. I promise I will do some more interesting things in a minute, but you know, we'll get the simple ones out of the way. I'm just all about giving you inspiration today. Hopefully one of these ideas, if not all of them, will take your fancy. So just get my glue on. I would say, so with this pocket page idea, you ideally want to use a book page that either is sturdy enough, so it's a bit thicker maybe, not so thick that, you know, it's going to be hard to stitch into the journal or fold up or anything, but you just want something that is sturdy enough to be folded and used in this kind of way. Now this is quite thick, you can hear it's quite a thick book page. If you don't have anything thick, if you're only working with, you know, thin like vintage text pages, then you probably want to run some kind of tape or washi up the centre, and then cover that up just to protect it. That's what I would say. Okay, idea number 3. So this one, I have got an envelope, and I'm going to do something where the envelope is going to get stitched into the signature, and my book page is going to create this like side tuck. That's what I'm going to do. So where's my test page? So here is my signature. Let's just pretend. So we're putting the envelope flap on one side of the signature, so that can be our page. You see it turns just like a normal page would. And we want the book page to be on this side to give us a side tuck. Now in this case I'm going to need to trim this down, so just seeing what's on the back. Trying to decide whether I want to keep any of that. I will try to keep some, so I'm just going to cut it down here. Essentially what I'm aiming for is it to be narrower than my envelope, so that when I tuck this in, it's not going to impede on the envelope or the signature. Do you see that? Hopefully that's clear. I'm just checking. I think my book page is a little bit wonky, so let me just trim this up a bit. Yeah, it was very wonky. Yeah. Okay, so right, I've got my envelope. So what I would say is just get the flap out of the way so you know what you're doing, and all I'm going to do is just hook that around. Now I think I probably want to ink it, so I'll just quickly do that. I know I'm flying through the ideas, at least it feels like I'm flying. Whenever I watch my videos back when I'm editing them, I'm like, oh, I thought I was flying through it, but I was actually going really slowly. The only reason I'm doing that is because obviously I want to show you a few different ideas in one video, and I want to get them decorated rather than having to do a part 2. So as you can see there, just top and bottom with the glue. Position where you want it. Just make sure I'm getting this where I want it. Just want that nice border. That's it. And that creates your little side tuck on the envelope. Tucks count as pockets, don't they? So we'll do that. So there we go, we've got a nice little tuck spot here. Nice big tuck spot for a nice big journal card or tag or something. Now we have the decision over what we do with this part. So a couple of options. You could simply glue it onto the back of the envelope and then cover that up, or this could be some kind of like fun flip out, which I think is what I'm going to do. So in that case, I'm just going to run an extra bit of glue just inside that crease. So now it's glued on the 3 sides of the book page, because then when you come to flip that open, it won't put pressure on the pocket side, if that makes sense. So now we can flip it open, and this could be, I'd probably put some writing space down there. I'd probably keep this nice picture and just put maybe a bit of a writing spot up there, or an up tuck or something. And then on the back of the envelope we could have a writing spot, a pocket, you know, we could do all kinds of different things. So as I said, you take your book page, you fold over a section, which is going to be your side tuck on the envelope. Leave the other side free so that you've got this nice flip out, and then this envelope flap will get stitched into the signature to give you this fun flip out page thing. Okay, next one is similar to what we've just done. So this time I want to create a flip out onto an envelope, and again the envelope could get stitched in, or the envelope can be a flip out on a page. So again, we've got the book page, we've just folded over a section of it just to give us a flap or a hinge, and we want an envelope that will go with it. Now in this particular case I've got a much shorter envelope, so I'm going to have to lose part of my picture, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom so I don't lose too much of that nice, it's a waterfall. And then I want a little bit of a border, so I'm just going to fold over where I'm going to trim. So I'm losing about 1.5 inches from the top. I could have used a bigger envelope to save cutting the book page, but I didn't want to. I wanted to use what I've got, so I just went with this one. I can't tell whether the book page isn't straight or the envelope isn't straight. I have a feeling it's probably the envelope, which is going to be a little bit tricky to manage, but let's try. Let's see how we do. Very much a craft along. I'm giving you ideas, but it's still a craft along. Tutorials are way too much pressure for someone like me. Okay, so this one, I'm going to hide the flap inside my envelope because it's strong enough. So I'm just going to trim off the teeniest bit from my envelope to open it up. And then hopefully I've cut the flap down short enough that we can just slip that in there, and then it's out of sight. Should go in. Lovely. I really hope it's clear what I'm doing. And if it wasn't clear, I have just been playing around with book pages this morning. Just like I always do, I just sit with the thing that I want to use and I just kind of have a bit of a play. And then the ideas just sort of come from it. So I hope the video isn't too fast or here, there and everywhere, because that is how my brain works. So let's pop some glue on. For this I'm using my Collaging glue because it gives me enough wiggle room, because obviously I want to get the flap, the hinge, right the way inside that envelope. So, you know, I don't want to use out glitter glue because it will just like stick as soon as it touches it, kind of thing. So just wiggle that in there. There we go. So then just mosey that on up to the crease. And for this one, obviously at the moment it's just a flip out, so there's no pocket in sight. So we've got, you know, the pretty book page. On the back here I'm going to have this be a writing spot, and what I was thinking, there we go. I was going to say, which side did I leave open? What I was thinking was for the envelope to be the pocket. So as you can see there, it still opens just fine. So we've got the flip out, going to have a writing spot there, maybe some kind of nice decoration. So let me just make sure this is completely glued so it doesn't confuse anyone. Just run some glue along there, lovely. And then when you turn the envelope over, we've then got the flap. This could be the pocket if we wanted, or we've still got this side open. So I'm not going to close that up yet until I know, you know, what I'm going to use this for, because as it currently stands, it could be stitched into a signature like so. So this would be the part that gets stitched in, and this would be the page that comes out like that and does some fun thing. Or it can be glued onto a page with this flap, so this sort of comes off of the page and then does that. I mean, either way the purpose is the same, as you get this double flip out pocket thing with writing space. But yeah, that was idea number 4. So once again, we had the book page, we folded over a section of it to give us a flap, we opened up an envelope, glued the flap inside the envelope, and left a section open to use the envelope as the pocket. Okay, idea number 5, and this is the last one I'm doing today. This one is going to be another flip out, but done in a slightly different way. So we've got our pretty book page, and I'm just going to, I'm going to cut this one down because it's a little bit too tall for my signature. So I'm just going to lose that bottom section. Lovely. And then just to make things even, I'll probably lose just a section at the top. That's better. And I'm just going to get rid of that torn edge. So just give me straight on all sides. There we go. Okay. So for this one, what I want to do is fold in the book page, and it's going to be a top pocket with a flap. Now I believe it was Roxy's weekly challenge from last year where she did these. So I'm going to fold the flap in first so that I know how much I need to fold the pocket in. So I'm following the book page where I don't want to lose any of these pretty flowers and things. So I've just got this small hinge, flap hinge, like so. So there we go. And then you want to take your book page and just fold it in. And I'm coming just inside the crease so that I don't get anything in the way. And then just fold that down. So this is a good one for if you've got like this where you're not losing anything on the other side, it's just plain text. So we can, you know, cover that up by doing this. And then whilst I'm here, I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and straight. Lovely. And then we just simply want to glue up along the bottom and down one side. So this would be a good pocket for like a long tag, or what you could do is fold up a bit of writing paper. That could be really fun, and then when you take the writing paper out, it's extra space for writing, and if you don't like your handwriting, like me, you can hide it inside something pretty. So that's that. Lovely. So what we've got is our nice long pocket, and the way that I would use this, I would probably have it, because that's only a very small hinge, I would probably just hinge it onto the edge of a journal page so it can be flipped out, so you can see the nice pretty book page on both sides, do all your writing, and then have extra writing paper inside the pocket. So as I say, that was Roxy's weekly challenge was where I first saw this idea. And like I said, I'm sure there's been some kind of variation of all these things at some point or other. But I was just sitting and folding the book pages that I had. until I had these different ideas. So to recap, idea 1 was the simple fold up, glue 2 sides and you've got a pocket. Idea 2 was the large book page with the folded up thing, folded in half to give you a pocket on one side and a pocket on the other, so you've got a double pocket page. So I've got 2 of those. Then we had the side tuck on top of the envelope with the flip out, and it's the envelope that gets stitched into your signature, and this gives you a flip out writing space and the side pocket there. Then we had the flip out with the writing spot on the back when we come round to do it, inside the envelope, and the envelope is still open for the pocket. And from there you can either stitch the envelope into the signature, or just have this be a flip out on your page. And then the other idea was to use just the book page, give yourself a hinge, fold in the rest of the book page to give you the long pocket, and then this can be, as I said, because it's only a narrow flap, I would just attach this to a page rather than stitch it into a signature. Now there's no reason why you couldn't stitch that in. If you look at my little golden book junk journal series, I think it was video 2, I did something with little flaps like this to create a lot of tip-ins, to create extra pockets and writing spaces and things. So definitely take a look at that. If I remember, I'll link it below. If I don't remember, nudge me so I can go find it for you. But that would be a good place to start with that if you wanted this to be in the signature itself. Phew! Take a breather, eh? So that was 23 minutes or so, 5 different ideas using book pages to make pockets. So I'm just going to take a breather, have a cup of tea, and I'm going to come back, and for those of you who want to carry on with me, I'm going to sit here for the next maybe half an hour or so and start decorating these, or start scrap busting with them. That was my plan. So I hope to see you in part 2. I'll be back in 1 second. If not, then I hope this has given you some ideas of how you can use your book pages to make pockets, flip outs and all sorts. Speak soon then, everyone. Alright, so I'm going to start with this one because I don't think I need to do much to it. All I'm going to do is just add a couple of labels. So I've just put some folded up paper inside the pocket, and I've not cut a divot or a thumb notch into the pocket because I kind of like the idea that at the moment it's a little bit secret. You don't know it's there, which I kind of like. Always love a secret pocket, so just bear that in mind. But of course you could add a thumb notch. It would make it easier to slide things in and out of the pocket. It would just be not secret anymore. There we go. So I've just got that blue label from Tracy Fox. I thought, you know, with the blue, I rarely use the blue labels, so I thought, well, it's got blue on it, might as well. And then I've just put one of mine on the back for August. And then, yeah, as I said, that will eventually wind its way onto a journal page. And then you've got this nice bit of extra writing space inside that I hope I haven't I might need to cut down a little bit because it's stuck now. I slipped it in fine, but now I can't get it out. There we go, right. I'll probably cut it down a little bit, but it's just some textured writing paper that I've got in there. Okay, right. So I think now would be a good place to just do a little bit of the scrap busting that I mentioned about. Now this one, I know that I'm going to have, I'm going to put some crochet along the actual pocket part. So I'm just going to pop this whole bit down and then, oops, there we go. and then the top of it will be, where it's blank up there, that will be covered by the crochet anyway. Right, I'm going to need some scissors. Here we go. It's been a while since I've done scrap busting, so I'm just going to, oh, I like that bit, I'm going to keep that. It's nice text. Yeah, so I'm just going to, well, basically I'm just going to start by covering up this upside down text. And the good thing about this is it also makes the pocket underneath stronger, because we're adding the extra layers. It's because it was quite a thin book page, this one, so in case you were wondering. Right, I have got my scrap box here, so I'm sort of going with, I probably want a little bit of colour now rather than just all book text at the bottom. So I hope that in here I've got something green. I found some green, so I'm going to use a section of this. I think this just comes from some kind of book page. I probably should have gotten the crochet out whilst I had you on pause, but I forgot. Oh, I'm so just like discombobulated these days, I really am. There we go. Just cut that bit off. It does feel nice to be here though, must say. And then I was just thinking to have a bit more text. Now I'm not inking anything because I want the like book pages and papers and things just kind of to blend in together and just become like a nice background. And really you don't have to do it, well, you don't have to do anything, but the biggest reason I'm doing this is because the text that was there before on the book page was upside down, which is not a problem, but you know, if that bothers you. But the main thing is because it was thin and very white, so I just wanted to yeah, just well, yeah, I was just trying to get rid of that, I suppose. So do you think I can just shove a little bit of paper down there? Normally I wouldn't do such a small piece, but it's just because I've got that little bit down there where my green paper wasn't quite big enough. There we go. It's doing some kind of like fun patchworky thing now. I do like working with scraps. You know, when I can, when I'm not feeling lazy, when I actually get them out, I do like how it can completely make something unique. You know, I wouldn't be able to replicate that again. I mean, I could, but you know, it wouldn't be as easy to. Now, I want that crochet I had the other day, and I don't know, I must have probably put it back, so bear with. So I need to decide whether to go big or go home. No, I'm kidding. I just need to find that crochet I had. Lol, it was on my desk. Oh, but of course it was. It made sense that it's on my desk, but no, that's not where I looked. But I found it. So I'm just running some glue along the top there. Just helps finish off pockets quite nicely, I think, when you've got, you know, something like this. There we go. Now that was about as far as I got with thinking, because I don't really know how I'm going to decorate this pocket. I don't want to put too much on it because I don't want to take away from the actual book the book image part of it. I just completely tore that off. So I was thinking maybe a label or a word or something, which is not amazingly imaginative, but can't think what else to put on it. Right, I'm just going to give that a minute because it does take a little bit of time. I'm really impatient sometimes. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with these. So I was thinking, well, yeah, basically what I've done there with the nice bits of paper and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this whole piece down. I try, when it comes to collaging with scraps and stuff, I try very hard to just get on with it and not, you know, you can spend a very long time figuring out different placements of things, and trust me, I've been there. What I find works for me now is I just go ahead, get something down to cover up what was there before, and just go from there. Sometimes it really does help just to cover up and move on. So I've started doing that now. It just helps get me out of my head, is the honest truth. And the good thing about, you know, different book pages and book text and stuff, you can't really go wrong with neutral colours and stuff like this, can you? I mean, there is no right or wrong, but you know what I mean. It's it will all go together if you do it, you know, this way. May as well just do that again. Yeah, why not? But, I'm trying to get into the habit of, you know, little piddly bits like this, just get them used. Just get on and get it used, rather than, like, you know, put it back into the scrap box. And as these things do, the small pieces always go to the bottom, and then you forget to use them, and then before you know it, you've just got a mountain of tiny little pieces of things, and it's not amazingly helpful. What have I got? Could do a little bit of colour. Well, that just covers up what I just added, but I'll do that on the other one maybe. Ah, I've just got, see what I mean? I just put little bits like that into the scrap box, and I don't know why. I don't know why I do that, because it's not the most helpful thing in the world to have that just sitting in your box. So let's get that used. Well, I say it's not the most helpful thing. Clearly it's been a little bit helpful, because I've just used it. Now I know it doesn't look like much at the moment. Like I said, I just want to cover up what's there, and then from there I can get a sense of what I want to add to it, because, you know, I'm pretty sure I want to do the crochet again. So let me get that to the same level as the other one. So yeah, I'm going to have to decorate these in stages. I don't think I'm going to get all of them done. So the trouble with videos is I love being here and I love doing all this stuff, but in real time, you know, without the editing and the speeding up and everything, there's only so much that I can fit into one video. And I don't really like to come back and do like part 2s and 3s to things, because people turn off. They don't watch, and you know, it's just one of those things. I can't. If your videos don't get watched, YouTube then sort of kind of thinks, well, all your videos are a bit rubbish. So that's the trouble with, you know, coming back to do something. But I mean, maybe, you know, maybe. Just going to cut along there, and I'm just going to try and use up this whole piece. Very pretty digital. We've got some pink in the book, page, and then I'm just going to mirror it. I'll just pop that in the background. See what I mean though about using, you know, little things like this. It's so easy to make things go together. And, you know, when I do stuff like this, I can't remember where I heard it. I I think I heard it on a YouTube video, but the general sort of advice was if you're struggling with collage and stuff, then just focus on like 2 or 3 pieces of paper and make those go together, rather than trying to fit all kinds of different patterns and colours and everything. If you have a you know, start with a lower number, then you'll find that it's a bit easier to get them to go together. And yeah, ever since I heard that, I've started doing that now, and I do have to say that was very, very solid advice. I just can't say where I heard it. Well, I can say it was on YouTube, but I can't tell you who gave that solid advice. Okie dokie. I still don't know what I'm going to put on these other than crochet. Like I said, I just want to get this first part done and then I can make a call. I won't sit and do that one now because, you know, you get the idea. It's all just going to be the same kind of thing. That'll just be something I can just do, you know, in front of the telly or something. Might be a little bit of a long video, sorry. But, you know, really the first part was the main part of the video, just to give you some ideas of things you can do with the book pages. And if you are following along with the challenge, just like last week, I've put in the event page on the Facebook group, links to videos and things full of ideas. Like I said, there's a million and one things you could do with book pages. And I thought today I just fancied showing you a few different ideas. I didn't fancy a mess make today. Oops. I mean, it's kind of a mess make, I suppose, but I'm dropping everything. Yeah, so on the back there, that's just going to be, I said before, I don't want to lose those rocks, so I'll just do a little bit of a scrap paper there and there, just to cover up the crab and shells and things, and then that will be where you do the writing. It's a little bit bumpy because of the crochet, but don't think it's a problem. Or I might just do some card or something. I definitely want to have a writing spot. It's a little bit bumpy. Sorry about that, my dog started howling, so I had to go sort him out. So I've just been cutting out this little butterfly. So I'm just going to have that up there. I thought it blends in enough with the background, but there's still a little something, and of course I'm going to have like a tag or something in the pocket. And a little bit of a label. It's been fun to work with the pretty colours again, you know, the spring colours. Still doesn't look like spring is on its way outside in the UK right now, but well, I say that, I mean, we've got daffodils and crocuses and, you know, spring flowers like that are coming out. I've got crocuses in my garden. For those of you who are following along, you know that I was sorting out my garden last year. I have a blog post about what we did, but yeah, essentially we've got a nice big flower bed in the middle of it now, which was something completely new and different. And yeah, we've got crocuses. I planted some crocus bulbs, so you know, those shot up well, quite a few weeks ago now actually. But they're still there, still hanging on. But oh gosh, I do wish we had a bit of sun. Just a bit. You know, I don't need lots, just some spring sunshine would be nice. But we're not quite there yet. So I'm just using one of these die cuts that I was using last week. I thought the colours went really nice with that manor house, and it's got the vintage tones to it. So that, and then just one of my words, wonders of nature. So just have that there. I don't know whether I should, I think I'm going to round the corners on that. Just to make it look a little bit less boxy. Just that type of thing makes it just look a little bit softer. There, that's better. Oh, that's nice, that. All from just a book page and just some scraps and some little bits and bobs. There you go. We have one completed, well, two completed things. I forgot about the other one. And we're on to almost the third. So I did not get something out for this one. I would like to use some more of these die cuts, to be honest. How mad would it be to be, ooh, oh no, I've done it. I did that thing where I was like, how mad would it be to be in the middle? I never do that. And of course, then you're like, well, actually, quite like that. Is it, I don't know, is it mad? Well, I have decisions to make now. I either go bonkers and have it just completely in the middle, which I do quite like, but I don't think the blue is right. I mean, the blue's not wrong, it's just I wish that it was a different colour. Decision needs to be made now because I like them all. I like every single one of these. I like that sort of fits really nicely in that space with, you know, a word or something. But I do like it in the middle, and then just the background is just that funky collaging that we did. What I did. I'm just gonna see if I've got another one of these in like a more of a pinky colour. I must have used the last pink one, so I'm gonna go with this blue, because I just think it's unusual to have it down the centre like that, and I like unusual, I like different, so I'm going to do that. And then I've just found a label and a butterfly, so I'm just going to work my magic with those. So I'm just, the flower, I'm just following the stem and putting the stem just following the edges of my collage, so that what you get is you get just like this patchwork effect behind it. There's no like hinky edges or anything, everything's just like 4 little boxes, which I think looks kind of cool. So that's what we're going to have. And a label. And then I think that's probably going to be the last one that I have time to decorate today, because yeah, time has ticked on. I do forget really how long it takes to, you know, when you build the base and you decorate all in one go, it can take a little bit of time, can't it, all together. And it's nearly lunchtime, so yeah, I think I can just feel it's going to be one of those days. It's only just coming up to lunchtime and that door has gone 4 times already. I can't believe it. Leave us alone. Oh goodness. Anyway, so I just thought I would add another butterfly in there just to create this whole little picture. But yes, as I was saying, I think I will call it a day there because I'm getting fed up with that doorbell anyway, and all of that. So there we go, that's that one and that one. Butterfly at the top there. So yeah, I said about how I was going to do at the back of it, didn't I? So just keep in mind how bumpy it is. So what I might have to do is use a much thicker paper, like a card or something, cardstock, so that it's not as bumpy. But, you know, if you were just to write there and up there, I don't think it would be a massive problem. It's just because it was where I used the crochet. I think that's my favourite side now, with that funky flower down the middle. So yeah, I've got 3. 3 decorated. Oh goodness, I don't know where the time has gone, but I've got those decorated. This one is just going to be pretty much exactly the same as that. I may even do the same sort of decoration. And then just to finish off, these ones, probably just like a word or a label on the front. That's not going to want hardly anything. A writing spot on the back, maybe with like some stenciling or stamping. And I wasn't going to decorate this anyway because I don't know if I'm going to leave that as a writing space because it's quite nice. So I might just do a bit of like T-ring stenciling on it. And probably just some cardstock or something on the back, or just some paper. Yeah, I'll probably just put some paper on the back, some like nice, probably just nice writing paper, to be honest. So really this is just all writing with a bonus pocket. And then this one, a bit of stenciling on the envelope there. That book page doesn't want anything. I kind of like that, to be honest, because it's talking about the picture beneath it. So yeah, just a writing spot, and I was even tempted just to keep this open. So watch this space. I haven't quite decided on those anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. My brain's finished. That's as much as you got out of me today. So yeah, I hope that it's given you some ideas. As I said, if you want to go back on the beginning of the video, I have shown you 5 different ideas today where you can use illustrated book pages to make different kinds of pockets, but of course you don't have to just use illustrated pages. You could use the exact same ideas with book pages or music sheets, you know, text ones, and then just decorate them up however you fancy. So I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with me today. Sorry if the video is a little bit on the long side, but hopefully it's given you plenty of ideas. And as I said, there are more ideas in the Facebook group if you are looking for more. And of course, you know, there are lots of videos out there because there's just so many things you can do with book pages. So that was week 2, book page pockets. I'm just clearing up as I say goodbye. Next week, I think we're doing embellishments next week. So I will get my thinking cap on as to what I'm going to show you, and I'll be back. As I said, I'm aiming for Fridays for these videos, just to keep me consistent. And good news, I am going to be going back to filming every week. It doesn't mean that I will necessarily have 3 videos a week like I was at one point, but it does mean that I will be here consistently. And it's just better for my mental health because honestly, I miss crafting. I've missed it. I am not myself without it, and I like being here. I like talking to you. I like doing these videos, and I always feel so much happier, even if the doorbell goes off every 5 minutes whilst I'm trying to talk to you. I feel so much better after being here. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Without you, I couldn't do these videos, so thanks for that. And yeah, have fun making your book page pockets. Speak to you soon then. Bye bye everyone.